Gloucestershire Domestic Violence Support and Advocacy Project was formed 31 years ago in Gloucester by a small group of volunteers that were concerned about the amount of families in the area being torn apart by domestic abuse. It soon became apparent that a helpline service would be the best way to support victims and their families. Public awareness about domestic violence has increased over the last 2 decades, and most people can see the far-reaching and devastating effects it can cause. The figure of 2 women a week dying at the hands of their partner or ex-partner is well known. When domestic abuse affects your own family, all of this knowledge and awareness disappears. This is when the need for trained and understanding workers to support and guide you is vital. Domestic violence ripples and can affect the whole family. The helpline gets calls not only from victims of abuse, but their concerned parents, brothers, aunties and children.
I first heard of GDVSAP. I was given a card when the police were called to the house, and as they left they gave me obviously a card with their number on. The first day I phoned, I remember I had the card in my pocket actually, because I didn't want obviously him to find it, so I carried it on me. And the first time I phoned actually, I think I let the phone ring a few times and then I just put it down because I was sort of too nervous. And then I plucked up the courage to ring again, and the lady answered, and I kind of stumbled with my words. I didn't really know sort of what to say, but the lady was very patient and just said, you know, take your time. And I didn't really have to explain anything really about my situation. It was kind of like she already knew why I was ringing, and she sort of slowly went through the different options that I had, gave me information about, I think I was most concerned with what would happen if I did call the police myself, you know, so she gave me information about where I stood really, and she had just kind of had natural empathy with me, which made it so much easier for me just to you know, use the phone and just ring again, and the relationship kind of built from there. With the service I knew that I could ring and I didn't have to explain exactly what had happened. It was kind of like they already knew the situation that I was in.
I would just like to pass on my thanks to the team at GDVSAP. During my criminal proceedings from June 2009 through to February 2010, every time I rang I had the best reception from whoever answered my calls, and they dealt with anything I asked about. After the case ended, I didn't feel the need to use your service, but then last week I did, regarding my ex-partner's release from a new sentence. And the helpline worker took my initial call on Friday the 11th of March. She called me back to let me know what was happening and got back to me with all the information I needed by the following Monday evening. Whilst you at GDVSAP may think you're just doing your job, it means a lot to me and no doubt other women who use your service. Thanks again so much. I knew I could rely on your help.
It took about 1.5 years before I got the courage to actually report any incidents to the police. And eventually, I think the last incident that occurred, it was my support worker, you know, that I spoke to through the helpline. She actually called the police for me, and that was the last thing that occurred.
What would your life have been like had you not had that number in your pocket, had that person not given you that number that day?
I would still definitely be with my partner, yeah. Yeah, it was really having the contact with the service that enabled me to leave. I would definitely still be with him. Because they were the only people that knew actually what was going on, because friends and family didn't know anything at all, you know.
So how's your life changed since you've left him? Where has your life journey gone?
Oh, it's changed completely. It's a completely different person now, completely. I mean, my children are happy, you know. Just not living in fear constantly is just, it's just such makes you feel, you know, so free. You can just do what you want, make your own decisions and your own choices, and I didn't have any of that before, you know. So it's completely changed, yeah, completely.
Thank you to everyone at GDVSAP for all your help over the past 2 years. With your support, I have a safe and happy life. Don't any of you ever forget the good work each of you do. Take it from someone who knows how much GDVSAP is needed. My children are happy and safe, and we are a family again. Without violence, without fear, just happiness, laughter and love. We no longer live in fear of the door opening, and we look forward to the future. All this has been possible because of GDVSAP, making me feel strong, allowing me to make my own decisions, right or wrong. So please, on days when morale is low and you may feel disheartened, remember, I'm one of hundreds of women and mothers who you've helped have the chance of a safe, happy life. GDVSAP works. I'm living proof.
When I was living with an abusive partner, I can honestly say that without the support and guidance that GDVSAP provided me with, I would not be living the happy, fulfilled life I am today. My children were suffering, as was I, on a daily basis, and I was living a life of fear. The helpline and support given to me by the project will never be forgotten by myself, my family and friends.